Well, NXT UK are continuing on more with the opening round of the Heritage Cup, and of course, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, or should we call it NJPW Strong, are now in the finals of the Line Break Crown. So, all of that will be discussed on this episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things pro wrestling from AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, many promotions, wrestlers, matches, championships. I'm your host, J-Rod here. Before I start reviewing the two episodes, I hope everybody are making a buzz about the draft that took place at WWE yesterday, since today is October 10th. So, I don't know what to think of it. There was several discussions that me and my brother talked about, like who would be a perfect choice to face Roman Reigns down the line for the Universal title, who could be a perfect choice to face Drew McIntyre down the line. That's pretty much what we talk about, but yeah, that's how I would see it. So if you guys have any ideas, I would like to hear it from you guys, because it's kind of, see, here's the thing, I haven't been watching Raw or SmackDown because I got tired of it. I feel like NXT is good, better than Raw and SmackDown, and that's always been like for me. I don't know how you guys would feel, but if you guys have any other opinions about that, I would love to hear it. I don't like to argue. Let's just treat it like it's a nice, friendly debate. Alright? So right now, let's just discuss with NXT UK right about now. Okay, so we're NXT UK right now. As you know, they already started with the opening round a week ago with the Heritage Cup, having Alexander Wolf face Noam Dar. So Noam Dar is now advanced in the semifinals. But this particular match is coming up that we mentioned is the one who will face Noam Dar in the semifinals. So we'll get to that in a bit. So the first match of the day started out with Xia Brooks teaming with Dani Luna, who is more of a hothead, facing off against Amela and Nina Samuels. Now this is one of those matches where I know thing is we have two, a British and a French teaming up. But however, much of the match was okay in a way, because I haven't seen Xia Brooks for a while, Brookside, because I don't remember if she was injured or she was taking time off. No, wait a minute, I think she was training. Yeah, that's what she said. But now it's like she's progressing a little further than always. So, but much of the match was being dominated by them. But however, there was a moment where Amela tagged herself in, but Nina Samuels did not take that tag too lightly. So basically, she was upset, pissed off that someone tagged herself in without their consent. But all of a sudden, Nina decided to tag herself in, like, well, extend her hand for a tag, but she walked out, leaving Amela by herself, allowing Xia and Dani to pick up the victory, which was a good match. So, but at the same time, while all these women are out, the NXT UK Women's Champion has put it out a State of Union, and these women, all the women in the whole thing, had a thing to say. Basically, Xia Brooks' side, so that everyone, they have something to say due to Kaylee Lee, who's been the most dominant women's champion in NXT UK. But we'll get to that at the end. Now, let's see. There was a segment they put that it was really good where Ilya Dragunov, he's always up for a fight. So he asked the executive assistant manager, Sid Scala, to put him in a match against Walter and Alexander Wolf. But however, they asked him, you need to have a tag team partner. And the person he chose was right in front of him. Pete Dunne. So it's like, whatever, I'm down. So basically, that's pretty much it. Now, Dragunov picked him because he was right there, or maybe because he felt that he owed him something after saving him after the vicious assault that both Walter and Wolf did to him a week ago, or it's because Pete Dunne still has some unfinished business with Walter due to the fact that it was Walter who actually uh, dethroned him all along a while back. So that's many factors I can see, but we'll see what happens. That match will take place next week. Now, next match we have, I never heard of these guys, well, except for this one guy just recently. Jack Stars versus Saxon Huxley. Now, a week ago, Huxley was in a match against Walter, and 2 weeks ago, he was in a match with Walter, but apparently it didn't go his way. But Jack Stars decided to get in his face, tell him better luck next time. You don't say that to a guy like Huxley because he knows he lost, but he's not trying to be all cocky about it. But Jack Stars was. So basically, he was the one who asked for this. He should have kept his mouth shut. Much of the match was being dominated by Huxley, and surprise to my eyes, Huxley actually took him out. Yeah, so Huxley won the match. So better luck next time, Jack Stars. So yeah. Now, there's a lot of things that have been going on in the tag team division. Now, as you know, Gallus, Mark Coffey, and his tag team partner Wolfgang have been the most dominant force for a while now. Now, every tag team in NXT UK want a piece of them. So, amongst them is Pretty Deadly. Now, we don't know what's their relationship with this guy named Eddie. And of course, he told the interviewer saying it's Nunya, which means none of your business. So basically, it's still unclear who will be the one team that will dethrone Gallus. Pretty Deadly believes that they are the team to do it, but we'll just wait and see how that goes. Now, the next, and we get to the main event match, the Heritage Cup opening round between Flash Morgan Webster and A-Kid. Now, this was a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. I have to say, this is one of those matches that I feel we should talk about or should be mentioned. As you know, Flash Morgan Webster, if you guys don't know who he is part of a tag team with a guy named Andrew Webster. No, Andrew. I forgot. Andrew, I think that's his name. So what happened is he hasn't been in the tag team for a while due to someone attacked his partner before the start of the pandemic, and it's still unclear who it was. But this time, Flash Morgan Webster, in the other hand, he has been stepping up the game, basically stepping up now to become a singles competitor. But I think some people forget, they keep questioning, but he's a tag team specialist. Why is he involved in singles competitor? Sometimes it's fun to see them as a singles competitor, as much as we like tag teams. I mean, I'm a fan of tag teams. I've always have. But it's good to see it. It was a great match. The first victory came from Morgan. Then the second was A-Kid. Now, this is one of those matches where who is going to take the next fall. And that's a very crucial one, but I did not expect it, and it was A-Kid. It was a great match. I have to say, one of my favorite matches of that night. So it was amazing. But apparently what happened is, what you guys don't know, someone attacked Morgan the same way they did with his partner Andrews. So the real question is, who the hell attacked these guys? Who attacked both Morgan and Andrew? Doesn't make no sense. But there's a long list of suspect, and I think the one suspect most likely that people speculate is Gallus, because they were close by when Andrew was hurt. But we'll see how that goes. Now, there was a recap they throw in about the history between Walter and Ilya Dragunov. Now, if you guys don't know this, Ilya Dragunov was trained under Walter, and Walter claims that he will be the one to end him. But to Ilya, he is not going to go down without a fight to obtain what he felt he deserves, and that is the NXT UK Championship. So that's going to be an interesting match. Now we jump into how the entire show ended. The NXT UK Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray, set out the State of the Union that, as always, she claims that she's dominant, and she has, but no one is willing to take the belt. Problem is, she made a lot of enemies from left to right, top to bottom. It doesn't matter who. Everyone came out. Brookside, Luna, Nevins. Everybody came out. They want a piece of her. But the best part is, while everybody were fighting each other, Kaylee Ray got in the face of Jinny, who is now the woman who wants to dethrone Kaylee Ray. But the real question, who is going to be the one to do that? Who is going to dethrone this individual? Now, I can see Jinny could be amongst those. I don't know what you guys would think. But we just got to wait and see where they're going to go with it. So I think that's it for now with NXT UK. So let's move on to NJPW Strong for the Lions Break Crown Finals. Okay, so we're now entering with NJPW Strong with the finals for the Lions Break Crown. But first things first, the first match that they opened up, they had a great matches they set up. Other than the finals for the Lions Break Crown, we had a 6-man tag team match, and of course a very a unique match, the elimination tag team match, which features the Bullet Club versus other members. Is a 12-man tag team match. You're probably saying, what the fudge? Yeah, 12-man. And of course you have one referee right there who's trying to determine everything. You probably ask yourself, how is he going to handle it? Well, it's a very unique match, but I'll get to that. Now, the first match of the night was a 6-man. We had Mysterioso teaming with Logan Regal and Blake Christian, 2 of the 8 competitors that were involved in the Lions Break Crown tournament, facing off against Fred Rosser, as formerly known as Darren Young, teaming with Alex Zane and Adrian Quest. So this was a good match to see. I liked it because it had a lot of character. You do see more of the powerhouse with Fred because, I mean, look, we all know Fred's history when he was known as Darren Young. He did get much of the recognition that he ever been, and that kind of things change. But now and I have to say it was a pretty good match to see this. I wasn't sure how this was going to go to the end, but I'm happy with the result. It was Mysterioso who picked up the victory for his team with Logan Regal and Blake Christian. But also, I want to give you guys an awareness. As you know, Blake Christian actually injured his ribs during the tournament. I don't think he's healed from it yet because there was a moment he showed it. So it was kind of like, oh man, I hope he's okay. But yeah, now let's get to the finals of the Lion Break Crown. As you know, the final, it started out with 8 competitors, and now we're down to 2. Now, the fan favorite for this particular match was going to go to Clark Connors. Now, the reason that happened is Clark Connors is one of the young lions involved in the LA Dojo. According to what Alex Kozlov, one of the commentators, says, Clark Connors was the first pick to sign at the LA Dojo by Shibata. And it makes perfect sense. I mean, look, we already seen Carl Fredericks now no longer with the Young Lions, and now he's on his own. But he's still trying to pick his victory. Clark Connors, he is now becoming the top Young Lion within the LA Dojo. And it was a good match, hard-hitting match. You have Danny Limelight. If you guys are not fans of him, he's very popular here in Southern California. He was a former drill instructor with the United States Marine Corps. I even met him myself plenty times. Great guy to talk to. He was amazing. You know, I did like his Spider-Man gimmick that he was doing when I first started watching him, but it's great. Right now, he is doing something new and fresh. He's recently been making headways, but now being in New Japan, he also caught the eye of Rocky Romero since this New Japan NJPW Strong first started. But it's great. I enjoyed it, but I was so impressed with both competitors. You didn't know who was gonna win this one or how it's gonna win. Like I said, Clark Connors could be the one to win it, or it could be the guy, Danny Limelight. You know, it was either way, but I love the way it ended. Clark Connor has been the most dominant person in this tournament, and he always wins by applying the Boston Crab, which is one of the finishers he pulls at every end of the match, and he did. So he is now the winner of the Lions Break crown. I am so happy. I'm glad. Dan Limelight was great. I loved the match. I didn't know what to expect on this one. I have to say, I love what they're doing with this whole NJPW Strong, because even though we don't see a lot of the wrestlers that go to the UK to Japan, but here it's pretty cool. But you probably ask yourself, how can some wrestlers get involved in this? Well, that depends if there's a connection with you guys. You see, they're filming all of this down in LA, if you guys are aware of it. That's where they've been doing. But if you're anywhere between Southern California, then you might get involved or whatever, or they'll scout you. That depends. Now let's jump into the main event, the 12-man tag team elimination match. We have, for Bullet Club members, we had Hakileo, Chase Owens, Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, Kenta and the Switchblade Jay White versus Rocky Romero, Jeff Cobb, ACH, TJP, Carl Fredericks, and David Finlay. Now, this is one of those matches that was unique. Now, here's the rules. You have to eliminate one person. It's either submission, pinfall, or over the top. And you probably go, wait a minute. Over the top, J-Rod, for real? That's what they posted. I saw it myself. I'm not lying. I'm not BSing here. That's exactly what happened. So basically, it was so amazing. But the one person that was much of the threat throughout the entire thing was Hakileo. Reason is, the dude is super huge. How do you gonna eliminate or tag or, pin or submit a guy like that his size? That is like, it's gonna take a whole army to pull him to do that. But that's my cat. But anyway, the way I would see it is this. This is how it goes. I'm going to go through elimination. That way you guys get a clear view. The first person eliminated was, my surprise and shocking, the Switchblade, Jay White. All of you who know who Jay White is, like, what? Yeah. Next person, ACH. Tangaloa. Carl Fredericks. Tama Tonga. Rocky Romero. Hakileo. TJP, Chase Owens, and Kenta. So that leads David Finlay, who won the match. There was a moment near the end where somehow TJP was pulled out thanks to Hakileo. So I don't know exactly what happened. It was TJP who got rid of Hakileo, and all of a sudden you see it's 2-on-1. So David Finlay was the only one that had a partner to tag in. It was just Chase and Kenta. But there was a brief moment where either Chase Owens accidentally locked out Kenta, or Kenta to Chase. But however, the way the match ended, it suffered a pinfall. It was David Finlay making the pinfall towards Kenta. That is the most huge upset. But however, there's a twist to this. Now, if you guys don't follow New Japan Pro Wrestling, there's certain things you don't know yet. Now, this is how it goes. If you're a champion and you're facing some guy, it doesn't matter if it's a non-title combat or you're in a tag team, whoever pins a champion, they get an opportunity to face the champion down the line. That is like being the number one contender. You say, wait, does that work like that? Like, yes, it does. So David Finn also applied with the briefcase holder. As you know, Kenta is the current holder of the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship contract. So Kenta has to defend that as well. It's the same thing whoever wins the G1. So basically, whoever holds those briefcase with the contract, they're the ones who will have to defend it before the actual timing. Now, it is possible we could see a possible match between Kenta and David Finlay. So, that's how it ends, and I enjoyed. Now, before I end it, I must warn you, the next tour for NJPW Strong is going to be called Never, as reference to the Never Series and the Never Championships. I'm going to do a little discussion on this one, or for all of you guys, very soon, involving the Never Series, because it's one of those titles that people ask, wait a minute, where is the Never Series come from? I know there's the IWGP titles, which is the governing body of New Japan. If you guys don't know what IWGP stands for, it stands for International Wrestling Grand Prix. So basically, that's what it is. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will follow more. The next episode is going to be more of the continuation of the G1 Climax. We're getting closer and closer to the finals to see who is going to win the A block and then B block, and then we're going to see which one of these two competitors will be going for the IWGP Double Championship. So I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.